Julie, I'm here at South County Line Road. As you can see behind me, there's still lots of smoke coming out of the house right now. Mark, I'm told these ball fields were full of kids playing Little League baseball and softball when the gunshots were heard. Mark, I'm here at Times Square Plaza where dozens are out here rallying against racial prejudice. I spoke to the organizer who said today is about peace and education. Many people have been spending the day clearing their driveways and sidewalks. Just like this. The ear saver wraps around the string of the face mask to relieve tension behind your ears. Jim, can you tell us what's going on tonight?
Hey, we got a super night going on down here in Golconda. We got Mason Ramsey.
Richard, can you tell us what it's like to be back this year?
Well, I'd say it's part relief and part excitement.
I'm here at St. John Evangelical Lutheran Cemetery where Carolyn McBride has been laid to rest. Family members tell me what they'll miss most is her being there for them. Julie, I'm here at South County Line Road. As you can see behind me, there's still lots of smoke coming out of the house right now. I'll step aside so you can see a little bit better. Multiple agencies were sent here sometime around 7:15, putting out the flames we just showed you in that video. I spoke with the West Frankfort fire chief who says the fire was fully involved when he got here. He says he hasn't been inside yet, but right now they're reporting extensive damage to the home. Officials have been in contact with the family. No injuries have been reported right now. We'll stay on scene to get developing details, and you can check our website WSILTV.com for more updates. Live in West Frankfort, Maya Skinner, News 3. Mark and Julie, I spoke with Officer Pierce's family and local firefighters who say he was a caring man who loved the work that he did. They tell me he will be deeply missed.
I still can't believe this. I really can't.
That's Tammy Pierce, mother of fallen police officer Brian Pierce Jr. Illinois State Police say he was killed while trying to stop a fleeing car in Madison County. His mother says he was one of a kind.
He was a pretty dedicated person. He was all about getting up every day and going to like numerous jobs, staying gone, staying busy. He was young, so he was full of energy. I'm going to miss a lot about Brian.
Officer Pierce formerly worked for the Spillertown Police Department and was a lieutenant with the McKanda Fire Department. McKanda Fire Chief Jim Bilderbeck says Pierce was somebody you could count on.
He was into 3 or 4 jobs here at the end, and we didn't see him as much as we wanted to, but man, when he shows up, they give me somebody that I could, hey, I need this done. And no matter what, if it was a fire scene or something here at the station, and it would get done. He'd grab a couple of guys and he'd go do it. I mean, we're going to miss this guy.
Bilderbeck says Pierce loved learning new things and teaching others. His family tells News 3 they're proud of his accomplishments and the impact he made on different communities at such a young age.
He may have been 24 years old. He was so young, but the knowledge that my son had was so much older than that. He was so genuine. He was everything that anyone would have ever wanted in their own child.
The family tells me they're still working on arrangements for the funeral service and visitation. They will be announced soon. Police are still searching for the suspect who hit and killed Officer Pierce. Live in the studio, Maya Skinner, News 3. Mark, I'm here at the Walker's Bluff project site where plans for a new road are underway, but recent miscommunications between the residents and project developers have caused some tension about the construction. Field of Dreams owner Jane McKinney says she's disappointed with Walker's Bluff. Surveyors recently visited Reed Station Road with news that at least 10 feet of land from multiple homes would be used to build a new road.
Now then, we have stakes here marking where the expansion's going to be, but yet we still haven't gotten answers on where the utilities are going, where they're going to be located, how much of our property they're wanting to buy.
She says residents have been left in the dark about those plans, and she's worried about how the construction will affect her and her neighbor's front yard.
We will have all the trees and the shrubs along this road will be taken out, so there won't be anything in anybody's front yard, and the road will be much closer. If the power lines get moved, they're going to be like at the peak of houses.
Neighbor Christina Hawthorne Tripp says residents have also been pressured by a local real estate agent to give up their land, and she's concerned about the traffic the construction would cause.
It's going to create a bunch of noise, more traffic congestion than we already have out here, which has always been crazy.
Both say a written plan would ease some minds.
They just keep telling us that everybody's on board. Well, Jane and I know for a fact that it's not, and we still do not have what we've asked for, and that's the proposal certified on exactly what they're going to do with all the lines, etc.
Walker's Bluff project developer Emily Burke says the developers have reached out to residents for input. She released a statement saying, "We knew from the start that we wanted to work together with them to gauge their interest and voluntary participation in finding an ideal path for a road that was already planned to intersect our part of the region." She added, "Our door is always open to our neighbors, and we will continue these discussions to find the ideal solution." A meeting will be held tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the Illinois Gaming Board. They could decide if those licenses will be approved, and that will determine if the road will be built. Live in Carterville, Maya Skinner, News 3. Mark, I'm here at Town Square Plaza, where you can find the MARION Cultural and Civic Center. That's where City Council members discuss upcoming plans for the city with local residents. Monday night, Marion Mayor Mike Absher prepared a three-part presentation to discuss the city's accomplishments and updates, starting with a look back at 2020 and the progress of upcoming businesses and hundreds of jobs that they'll bring, including Texas Roadhouse and ReaderLink.
Biggest accomplishments, really in terms of just pure numerical number of jobs, is ReaderLink. Now I want to tell you what ReaderLink is. I didn't know what it was until we started pursuing them, and they started pursuing Marion. It is the largest distributor of hardback, trade, and paperback books in North America.
In the second part, Public Works Commissioner John Steckland provided a list of plans to build a new water tower, improve some of the streets, and maintaining the cemetery. And Public Health and Safety Commissioner John Barwick gave a report on the city's animal control, fire, and police departments.
I do work closely with them to ensure that we hire the best officers, provide training and proper equipment for the officers to do their job correctly and safely.
Mayor Absher says the Motel Marion lot will turn into an area for residential and commercial units. And if you're wondering what's coming to the Oasis Mall, he says the inside will have a go-kart and trampoline park with indoor skydiving, golf, and more.
The franchise that they're seeking is called Big Shots. Some of you are familiar with Top Golf. This is a similar development as that, but this one is called Big Shots.
And Mayor Absher actually ran out of time to discuss even more plans that are coming up, but he says those announcements will be coming soon. Live in Marion, Maya Skinner, News 3.